Hey everybody, Dr. Dan here with the final video. I'm doing this video for the final essay. There were some questions on it and what's expected, that sort of thing. And so really I'm not laying down too many rules for this thing. You have two questions. You can pick one to answer, and you need to write a paper that is, college level paper. Think about writing a report for your employer. It has to be done right. You have to use proper English, and it has to be organized. So probably my suggestion for this would be, when you go to the assignment, there's going to be a button that says View Rubric. Underneath, I think it's the total points area. So go ahead and click on View Rubric, and you'll see there's just two categories, organization and grammar. And you can see what they're both worth. So make sure your grammar is correct. That'll give you a third of your grade as perfect. And then make sure that the essay is organized. In other words, have a point to it. Have an introduction with a thesis statement or a point. Try to expand upon or prove that point as you go through the middle of the paper, and then come up with a conclusion that wraps it all up. That's the way we write. That's the way you'll write a thesis, a dissertation, or a report, with an argument or a statement up front, some evidence in the middle to back up your statement or argument that you've already stated, and then a conclusion that brings it all together. My advice would be, for the grammar part, if you're unsure, and I know grammar with some of you has been a problem throughout the semester, is go ahead and write your paper, do it in Microsoft Word, and copy and paste it into Grammarly. You can go to Grammarly.com, which is Grammarly.com. There's a free account. Just paste what you do into Grammarly, and it will tell you if your grammar is correct or not. It will give you suggestions. It's free. It'll only take a few minutes, and it will ensure that at least a third of your grade will be an A. As far as the organization's concerned, if you make a simple outline, or if you just go ahead and write the paper, and after you write it, print it out, take a pencil, circle what the introduction is, circle the body, circle the conclusion, and make sure that you can identify those things to yourself. And if you can, then I'll be able to identify them as well. Now, don't send me the paper with the markup, because you're going to submit a Word document online in the assignment area. But I suggest the markup as just a good way to personally organize a paper. It's worth 500 points. It's a big deal. There's, I think, 2,300 total points in the class, so it's a big part of the grade, and it's just one question. So if I was you, I would start with a simple outline, say to myself, hey, what's my point here? And then go through with your evidence or your argument and conclude. But make sure you use Grammarly or something like that. At this point in your education, you should be able to write a proper paper in English, and I would hope that it could be organized as well. So that's all I can tell you as far as the assignment's concerned. Make sure that you submit a Microsoft Word document to the assignment area. If you send it to me via email, I'm not going to accept it, because it's too hard for me to sort all these out and grade. I have your class and some other graduate students I'm working with, and I have like 60 papers. So if you submit them to the assignment area, they'll get graded very quickly, and I'll get comments back to you as soon as I can. So that's it. I'm signing off. It's been a great semester. Everyone's done a great job. Just one more item real quick. The last blog post, I found it really interesting that many of you picked the integrated circuit as one of the most critical or most important inventions. And there's no right or wrong answer to this. Those of you who put it in historical context, in other words, said that maybe the railroad had a bigger impact at the time, I really like those answers. That's historical thinking. That's creative learning, where you're thinking about the time frame where it took place. So I thought that was really good. Some of the integrated circuit answers were good. I don't disagree with that answer, but people talked about, boy, the importance of the cell phone and this sort of stuff. And just keep in mind, that's all quality of life stuff. The country was a major superpower before the integrated circuit, and got along just fine without it. So I don't know how I really feel about that, but most of you did a really good job writing, and there's no right or wrong, and I respect everybody's argument and everyone's answer, regardless of whether I agree with it or not. So that's it for now. If there's any last minute questions, go ahead and shoot me an email or send me a text, and I'd be happy to take care of you. If I don't see you again, have a great summer. I wish you the best of luck in all your endeavors. You were a great class, and be safe. Thank you. Bye-bye.